Hi friends, welcome to Wafa Studies YouTube channel. This is part 11 in Python playlist. In this video, we are going to discuss about strings and also we are going to discuss about how to slice strings, both of them. Okay. So first let's discuss about strings. Strings in Python are nothing but values which are surrounded by single quotes or double quotes. So any text, if you surround them with a single quote or double quote, that will be represented as string in Python. So what I mean to say is, let me go to Visual Studio Code. Let me open our folder. So if you are following my video series, we have been working with a folder on our desktop called Python demo. So let me select the same folder. I will be using this folder as a container for all my Python files. So now let me create a new Python file. Let me name it like strings.py. Okay. Then so, as I said, in Python, strings will be surrounded by either single quotes or double quotes. That means, let me say like single quote Mahir. So this is a string which has a value called Mahir. Okay. The same thing if you use with the double quotes, even this is a string which has a value as Mahir. Okay. So either single quotes or double quotes. Python will support both of them and it will consider both of them for strings. So it is purely up to developer which which syntax he want to use. Okay. So single quotes or double quotes, whatever maybe you can use it. So let me say like x equals to Mahir. Then let me print that x value. So let me save these changes and then let me type Python space, sorry, Python space strings.py, right? So the moment I execute this code, it is going to print our result. See? Okay. And also if you try to see the type of x, it will be string. So let me show you that as well. So let me try to print the type of x. Okay, I think I need to save the changes. Let me save them. Then see here, it returns as a string. Okay, so strings in Python will be represented by either single quotes or double quotes. What if you want to get multi-line strings? So when I say multi-line strings, if you see here, right now this string is a single line string. So what I want to multi-line string like this. My name is Mahir. So this is one line. In the second line, I will be having something like my father name is Mahabub. Okay, so I want these two lines to act as a single string. So how to get that? So if you remember in my past videos, we discussed about doc strings when in the comments video, right? So if you really want to store entire these multi lines as a single string, then you should use this triple quote syntax. So let me use this. So when you use three quotes, that is going to represent whatever you have in between of them as a string, single string. So these are multi-line values, multi-line sentences. Still, this entire thing is represented as single string. So you can store this as one variable, and then maybe you can print this also. So let me print a now. So the moment you do that, so let me clear this screen here, and then let me type Python space strings.py. See, it prints everything. My name Mahir, my father name is Mahabub, right? So this multi-line text we are making as a single string. So you should use these triple quotes. Again, it is up to you whether you want to use a double quotes here or a single quotes. Both will be same. Okay, there will be no change. Both acts as a strings only. Now let me execute this. See, it is going to return the same output. Okay, so let's go back to our slide. Uh, this is very important. Strings in Python are like arrays actually. It's like an array of characters. So if you don't know what is array, for now think like array is nothing but like collection of values. Okay. So string is nothing but like a collection of characters, like array of characters in Python. That means if you take this string MAHER, so X is a value, X is a string type which has this Mahir value, Mahir as a string, and inside this it has M as one character, A as another character, H as another character, E as another character, like that. So it's like a collection of characters. It's like a group of characters. Okay. So that is the reason in Python, if you want to access any value from this string, maybe I want to access this character first character or second character, whatever may be the character you want to get back from it, you can get it using indexes. So when I say indexes, the meaning is on top of your variable, you can use this curly angular brackets and you can mention the index. So index means the position. So in string, always the positions will start from 0. So M is at 0th position, A is at first position, H is at second position, like that. So if you really want to get 0th position value, so simply use 0 and then let me try to print this. So x of 0, as you are expecting, this is going to return M, because M is the value which are a character which has at 0th position. So let me save these changes and then let me run this for you and show you the same. See, it returns M here. How that is happening? Because on top of your string variable, you are using an index to get the value. So this is called like index syntax. Okay. So using indexes, you can get the values from the string. Why? How this magic is happening? Because in Python, strings are nothing but like a arrays. They are like a collection of characters. Okay. In Python, you really doesn't have any character data type. If you are from C sharp background or Java background, you may know that in those languages you can create a data type variable called character type. Like let me show you that in a notepad how that look like. So let me open a notepad. In C sharp, right, what you can do, you can create a variable like this. So char data type name, then maybe like C is a variable name, then you can assign a single character value here. You cannot assign multiple characters. So like ABCD you cannot store into a variable which is a character type. It should be only single character. So like that, there is a data type available in C sharp. But in Python, you don't have any data type which will be like a character data type. Okay. So using these indexes, you can access the individual characters from the strings. Okay. And also, since strings are like arrays, you can loop through them. So don't worry, we haven't discussed about loops yet, but still I am going to show you one small example to make understand about this line. We are going to discuss about loops also in great detail in our upcoming videos. So what this sentence mean is, since this is like a array of characters, you can loop through each value. So that means, let me go to Visual Studio Code. So this is right now, this X is a string which has Mahir as a value, right? So I want to iterate through each value from my Mahir string. So how to do that? You can use a for loop here. I am using a for loop here. For now, if you don't understand how it is working and what is the syntax, don't worry, we are going to discuss about loops in great detail in our upcoming videos. So what I can say, for C, this C is some imaginary variable in X colon, then print C. So what is it going to do now? From X, each value it will take, and that each value, for each iteration, it is going to assign that value inside this C variable, and it is going to print that. That means during first iteration, it is going to take M, and that value will get assigned into this variable, and that will get print. During the second iteration, it is going to take the value A, and that A is going to assign into C variable, and that A will get print. So let me run this and show you. So now let me execute this. See, it is printing Maheer. How that magic is happening? Because for loop will, what it will do, it will take each value from this string and it will assign that each character into this variable and it will print it. Okay, so like this you can loop through them. Okay, and also let me go back, and also you can use a in keyword in C on top of your strings to get any certain phrase or character from your string. What I mean is, let me practically show you that. So let me remove this. For example, I want to check whether AH is there in my string X or not. So you can use this AH in string. So let me try to print this. So what it will happen, this in keyword, what it will do, it will try to look for this particular substring inside this string value. That means inside this Mahir, and if it really has that value, it is going to return true. It doesn't, if this X or Mahir string doesn't have this AH in at any position, then it is going to return false. So in this case, as you are expecting, it should return true because AH is already there in the screen here. Since you have that AH value in the string, it is going to return true. Let me practically show you that. Let me create the screen here. Let me execute this. See, it returns true. Why? Because AH is available inside my X string. That means inside my Mahir. So what if I use like AHI? So this is not there anywhere in my string. AHI is not there, right? So in this case, it should return false. Let me show you that. See, it is returning false. So like this, in operator can be used to get a result like whether certain phrase is there or not. Okay, so let me do one thing. So I will use a if condition here now. If m is there in x, then print m is there in Mahir. Okay, so now run this. Now let me clear this and let me execute that. See, m is there in Mahir. How it is getting print? Because this expression is going to return true. Since it is true, it will go inside if and it will print this. So if I use here like I, capital I is not there inside this entire string. So let me save this. Now if I run this code, it is going to print nothing. See, nothing, empty. Because this expression validated as a false. Since it is a false, it won't go inside the if. So so if conditions also we haven't discussed yet. Don't worry, we will discuss all of them in future. For now, if you are getting idea, that is well and good. Okay. So let's go back to our presentation. And last thing is, if you want to concatenate strings, you can use the X symbol. So what I mean is, for example, let me clear all this. So let me create a variable called first name, and let me say like Sheikh. Let me create a variable called last name, and let's assign a value like Mahir. Okay. Now I want to concatenate both of these, and I want to print like Sheikh space Mahir. How to do that? So let me use a print statement here, or let me create another new variable called full name. Okay, so you should concatenate strings, right? You should use like this: first name plus last name. So if you use this, what will happen now? These two strings will get concatenate, and that concatenated value will get assigned into this variable. So now let me print this full name. So print full name. Okay, so let me save these changes. Now if I execute this code, it is going to print Sheikh Mahir. If you observe here, I didn't get a space here. So how to get a space? After this, I want to add a space here. Then that space I want to concatenate with the last name. So if I do this and if I run this code, it is going to get a space also here. If you see here, Sheikh Mahir, right? So that is how you will concatenate the strings. Okay. So let's go back to our presentation. Now, how to create slices from string? That means if you have a string like this, maybe I want to get a value from second index to third index, from fourth index to 11th index. Like that, I want to get a substring from my string using indexes. So how to create those substrings or slices from the strings? For that, you should use this slice syntax, like how you see in this example. So you can use these angular brackets. You can mention the start index here and colon, and then you can mention the end index here. Let me practically show you this. So let me go here. Let me go to our Visual Studio Code. Now inside this, let me remove all this. Let me create a variable called name. Name equals to maybe like Mahir. Okay. So let me save these changes. Now what I want is I want to print name, but I don't want to print entire name. Maybe I want to take from this first to this is like 0th position, then first position, right? So from first position, that means from A to uh, A A is first position, H is second position, E is third position, right? And this E is like fourth position. So till fourth position, that means until fifth position I should use like 1 is to 5. So if I run this, what will happen? It is going to print AHEER. Why? Because from first position to fifth position, that means till 4. Fifth position will not get print. Okay. So like this, you can use this slice syntax also to get the substrings or slices from your string. You can use these slices in negative values also. If you use negative values, it is going to take from reverse order. That means what I can do? So this is in reverse order. If you want to think, this is like a -1 position, and the second one will be like a -2 position, and the third one will be like -3 position, like that. So if I say like -3 position to -1 position, then it is going to return, I think, EE. Let me save the changes and let me run this. See, it returned EE because from -3. So -1, -2, -3. So from E till -1, that means till here -1 position will not get print. So if you use the negative indexes, it is going to take the order in a reverse manner. Okay, and also maybe if I say like from second position, and if I don't mention any end index here, then what will happen now? It is going to take till end. So let me run this and show you this. See, it is printing HEER everything, because there is no end index. It is going to take everything. Similarly, if I remove the start index and if I mention only end index, it is going to do the same thing. It will take everything from the starting till this fourth position, till this fourth index, sorry. So let me run this. See, so that is how using indexes you can get the slices of your string. Okay, so that's it in this video for now. We will be continuing this playlist in the next video. We are going to discuss about some of the useful functions which are available from the for the strings. So please stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications whenever I add videos. Thank you.